by a few minutes. It was exciting. I had pretty much given up. I was like, alright, well, it's not going to drop. Like, we're getting some XP, I guess. So last night I hunted werewolves, and I was able to get a werewolf pelt and a werewolf claw, which I can turn into Karg ice bear for some nice items. But Karg is pretty rare. He's out in Everquest, I've never seen him before. And it's particularly challenging because I don't have track. So I read this guide on how to spawn him. Tried it for a couple hours last night and it didn't really, I didn't have any luck. I'll probably try again here shortly, but I just wanted to pop in Permafrost and try killing some goblins for some EXP in the meantime. See, is that any better? It's weird. I don't know why the audio came out different this morning. Alright, so is my my voice audio seems like it's about normal though, now that the background music is reduced? Awesome, thank you. So yeah, we're in Permafrost right now. It's pretty exceptionally dangerous. I'm sure some of you have hunted here before, but these Grey Con goblins will aggro me. The healers are the big problem. They'll sit there and spam like fur for 20 damage. And even though they're gray to me, it still lands almost 100% of the time. And that's, then they also have a ton of mana for heals. So I don't think we have a realistic plan to continue grinding here, but just kind of fooling around a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we can already see, like, I literally have to run right now. This green con mob is nuking me for 50 damage. He's just gonna spam it. No chance. No, I just got tired of grinding for Karg, so I popped in here for a minute just to see what was going on. It's unfortunate, like, Permafrost would be a really great zone if it wasn't so, like, poorly implemented. It's crazy, like, as a level 23 Paladin, I can solo level 25 werewolves in Western Karana, but I am nearly killed by a green con goblin with a gray ad, in Permafrost entrance. And, you know, maybe they just wanted it to be challenging, and that's fine. But the problem is, the rest of the game isn't as challenging. Hey, Serenity Now, we did get the shield. After 175 kills, he spawned. But yeah, so the problem becomes like, why would a group ever go to Permafrost, you know what I mean? When it's like so much harder and there is not an increased reward for doing it. Well, you gave the good advice there. Yeah, you know, having done Soleil and Perma, Soleil is just a totally different beast. Soleil is way easier. The clerics and stuff, they don't nuke as much. Like, when I was in Soleil, I got rooted very frequently. That was the most dangerous thing that happened to me. The wizards would spend a lot of time trying to root. The clerics, I don't even know if there were clerics, there were shaman, and they didn't heal very much. It's a totally different beast in Permafrost for whatever reason. It seems like they have so much more mana. I don't know if Grey Khans aggroed me as much in Soleil. We weren't really around Grey as much to find out. But all that just to say that I would love to see them retool the number of healers and maybe the Grey Khan aggro system in Permafrost, because, you know, there's zones where Greys do not aggro you, to encourage more groups to get out there and explore what I think is otherwise a really awesome zone.
You're listening to Radio Cutman.
So the guide I read on Karg basically has you come over here in between this V and you kill all the mobs that path through here except for the full-on woolly mammoths and the skeletons. And supposedly that will eventually spawn him. And you can occasionally check like on the north side of the river, like he could pop over here, but he'll path this way eventually anyway. Yeah, Kaosora is a tough dungeon. I've only gone to Kaosora simply to do the Howling Stones key. Otherwise, you know, it's one of those zones that I've never really done too much in. Howling Stones and the Visham's Peak key, I think, both have a piece in there. The VP key is one of the ground spawns in the library. Hey, good morning, Shin. Yeah, ground spawns are one of those things that are like a lot cooler when not everyone on the server knows about it, you know what I mean? This is mostly safe. I was doing it last night. There's another guy named Ice Bear. Starts with an M. I think he's like my only big threat out here in this section. He paths through here. Might be on the same spawn cycle as Card. And he's like level 30 something. So he's tough. He scowls at me. But otherwise everything is like gray or green and pretty trivial. Hey, good morning, Keebs. Yeah, the VP key can be crazy. The Tainted Woolly Mammoth paths through here a lot too, and it could be a problem if someone kills it, it makes the Corrupted. And the Corrupted Woolly Mammoth is KOS. So, we gotta watch out for that too, but otherwise, should be killing just about everything that paths through here except for full-on mammoths, the Tainted Woolly Mammoth, and skeletons, supposedly. Hey, good morning, Sethric. Good morning, Dresden. Oh, yeah. I don't even want to think about Vulek VP keys. Got our butts kicked. By all means, if anyone in chat has ever camped Karg Ice Bear before, feel free to chime in. There's only so much we could do without track, though. Yeah, Magello has like 10,000 spawn points for him all over the north side of the zone. But I did read a good guide on Ala on spawning him, and it had some people saying, hey, this basically worked for me, so we're hoping. So I found a cool quest we'll do, probably when I get back from the road trip next week. It's a quest for some Spirit of Wolf boots that actually exist in Classic. I had never seen them before, the Watchman boots. Nice, Dresden, that's really awesome. Congratulations, man. I wonder if the full-on mammoths will assist the calves. Yeah, check it out on Ala, Watchman's boots. Yeah, they do only have one charge, but for me, that's like one time I don't have to start over from level 1. I think they got pretty good stamina on them too. As a ranger, what AUG should he use? I would put the damage over time AUG on it. He'll probably proc pretty fast. And I found that, well, you know what? If he's procking faster, it might be better for him to get the direct damage AUG. Is he tanking for you guys, Dresden? Yeah, if he's tanking, I would do the Wolfenite line. That'll help him keep aggro even better. Not that rangers have a problem, but it'll make it even easier. And it'll do direct damage. He'll probably proc pretty frequently as a ranger. So he might get more damage out of Wolfenite than the damage over time ones as well. I'm using the Anatase chips, which are damage over time. I'd have to proc like 4 times in 30 seconds to out DPS this, but I don't have to worry about tanking or holding aggro. So I think, you know what, the DPS is probably better on the .1, just about no matter what. The Wolfenite might also incorporate a small stun component, I'm not sure. I feel like it's like a baby Yakeshi proc. Hey, very loving robot, thank you for the host. So a couple minutes ago we were in Permafrost, almost dying to grays and greens. It was pretty fun. Dude, Permafrost is a brutal zone. I really would love to see them just retouch it a little bit so that more groups would go there. It's just like the healers have so much mana, they jump in even if they're gray. I had a Grey Con healer ad, right? So I'm fighting a, what was I fighting? I was fighting a light blue goblin, no problem, right? Should be easy, he's a warrior. And I had one Grey Con healer add on to me. And the healer actually just stood there. I was like, you know, I'll let him do his thing, whatever. And the healer just stood there and spammed Fur on me for 20 damage per pop. He was gray, I didn't resist any of them anyway. And it ended up being like a serious amount of damage. I had to stop and fight him. And then he healed himself 8 times before he finally ran out of mana. And you know, I'm using Bash to interrupt, but his recast timer is such that I can only basically interrupt every other one, and that assumes I land the Bash. And if you've ever hunted pretty deep in Permafrost, you'll know that there's tons of those healers. Like there's more healers than non-healers almost. So I knew it just wasn't going to be a good option for us. Karg's a little tricky too because he's got good loot, so people will kill him if they see him up. So the whole time I've been out here, last night and now this morning, I try to every now and then just be like, hey, looking for Karg in OC, if you see him, give me a shout. I just want to turn in some items really quick. Hopefully, you know, if someone spots him, they'll shoot me a tail before they kill him. In Permafrost, I mean, there's definitely some good items I wanted, but I was really just, you know, I was out here trying to spawn Karg, and I decided I wanted to pop in there and see if we could get any EXP. But I'm pretty confident if we stayed in there very long, we would die. Alright, well we have some good luck here. We have a ranger in the zone who's leveling and says he will let us know if he sees him on track. That'll be a big help. Hey Gallo, didn't really give up Null Slayer per se. I tried it a little bit more last night, just didn't have much luck. Gonna do it more, but right now we have the Werewolf Pelt and the Werewolf Claws from hunting werewolves in Western Piranha, so we are going to try to spawn Karg Ice Bear to turn them in, and we'll get some pretty big upgrades. Oof, Bard SSF? I'm not sure. I'd have to do a lot of research if we went with Bard SSF. I don't know that weapons would be super important because I would use a lot of songs and maybe try to kite things around. Like, I know Bard kiting is nerfed, but we'd still use it. Oh, this is awesome. So the one mob that they say is specifically a Karg PH, and only a Karg PH, is a polar bear cub. You never see a polar bear cub this far out. We having that stream luck, boys? Oh, he dropped a full polar bear skin too. That was the first time I've seen the polar bear cub, and I've been killing here for, you know, I just started today, but last night I did a few hours. So that seems really promising. Right? Yeah, man, I'm trying to think of like good Bard quests for weapons, and I'm not getting anything off the top of my head. People have all sorts of weird theories about Everquest spawns. Someone in OC was saying that Karg is a 7-day respawn. I don't believe that's correct. But I guess it gives you an idea of how rare he probably is. Right, the anti-camp radius. Dude, seriously. Hey, good morning, Pope. We haven't had any Karg spawns, unfortunately. Man, so I thought it was going to be really tough camping werewolves, but no joke, every night, like game time night, one just spawns right at the Kanos Hills zone line. I thought it was going to be like a rare occasion, but I went there every night around 10, and by 1 a.m. game time, it would pop. And I could fight it right by the zone line. If I got in too deep and I had to bail, I just zone out, so it was like pretty low risk. But usually I could just root them, back up, heal up, and go back in. And I did a few kills even at level 22. He was 3 levels higher than me, but I had to pop LOH every single time. Werewolves run at 20%, so it was like, you know, I only have to do 80% of his health, and then it's just kind of a win. Yeah, the Wife's Druid is still kicking. Yeah, man, I'm really excited for it. Hopefully we get it. I've been hearing real nightmares about this guy's spawn. I think most spawn issues are people just not knowing the mechanics of how to spawn mobs, though. You know, like, once you figure it out, it should be doable. Especially these outdoor zones like this where they're, like, way harder because it's not like a static PH spot. Yeah, Keeps, we actually did kill a polar bear cub. The problem is, I killed it, but like I can't track, you know, to find the respawn. But one finally passed through here, so we know we were killing the right stuff at least. Looks like we got someone else out here killing mobs. That's good. Wait, that's just a skeleton? Never mind. Probably a good idea about the Tarkark. Hey, good morning. I really don't know if the big mammoths will social with the small mammoths. It could be bad, but they're a level range where I think I could like root one and just bail out if I got aggro. Are you an evil erudite or a good erudite? Probably Akanon. And honestly, after considering the run to Akanon, probably Freeport. It's like probably just hit the translocator. So many mobs over here to kill. I don't have downtime to set up my macro. Oh, you know what, dude? Actually, don't do any of that. Just bind in Unrest, Origin back to your hometown of Payneal, and then gate back to your bind point in Unrest. Yeah, he can sell there, but if he needs new spells, he's got to hit Origin. Yeah, so check this out. Open up your AA tab, go to General, and right here, boom, you can make this hotkey. Put it on your bar, and that will, it's like once every 20 minutes you can use it, and it will sit you right in front of your guildmaster in your very home city, regardless of where your bind point is. I should move up a little bit. It'll get really sketch if Martar spawns while I'm setting up this macro. That's weird. Perfect. I wish it was /soulbind. Yeah, you have to have the spell Bind Affinity. So if you don't yet own Bind Affinity, you're gonna have to run to Freeport and buy it, or get someone else to hook you up. I mean, almost certainly someone in the zone could do, you know, the aforementioned bind origin trick and snag a spell for you if you can convince someone. All right, let's go. Yeah, Bind Affinity is definitely a spell you need. Dude, watch, I'm gonna like cast Root on something. I'm gonna hit D, target Kargai's Bear when he's up, not knowing that he has just spawned, and I'm gonna like snap Root him. He's gonna come kill me. It'd be cool if we could like eliminate snow leopards and be like, yeah, they're definitely not on the spawn cycle. I feel like it's 80% of what I kill out here. Hey, thanks, Kettle One. Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing? A snow orc shaman is like the best I can get. Sometimes there's orc mountaineers, but they're all green. Whew, that must be a big long rag. Yeah, probably not. I'm pretty sure that green is the best EXP I'll get out here. I could occasionally run to reds that will kill me, so there's a poor risk-reward ratio. You know, I thought when I was coming out here that there's going to be more high-level mobs, but I guess what I remember is just doing woolly mammoths back in the day for the tusks, because they sell for a lot. Yeah, Shin, I've done Gates of Discord on TLPs. I love it. I think it's one of the top expansions in EQ nowadays. Well, probably not. You know, this is part of the magic of EQ. You know, just part of the experience. I enjoy it, and when we finally get the NPC that we're after, it's gonna feel that much better. I'm not too worried about EXP, honestly. Like, as long as we're having fun with whatever we're doing, then the EXP is kind of just a byproduct. Like, maybe you get some, maybe you don't. But I try to make sure that my end goal is fun, first and foremost. That way, it's hard to have a bad day, you know what I mean? But yeah, Gates I think is awesome. It's a perfect expansion. It's got a really good balance of difficulty. Like, it's not too hard anymore. It's not super trivial like Plains of Power was. The trash mobs and the group content in Gates of Discord is very fulfilling, very challenging. Sitting in Quivik all day, just killing goats as they spawn and stuff. Those are so fun. Yeah, and like 20 more levels, Diva. Kettle One, nah, I'm not gonna raid. Oh yeah, you still kite race car. That's what we call them, because we kite the whole thing. No, I don't raid right now. I feel like I'm like all raided out, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I've killed the classic dragons, no joke, over 1,000 times. Honestly, Velius is one of the worst expansions on TLPs now. This is going to be good. We're going to see. Hey, Pied, thanks for the bits, man. Appreciate the cheer. We're going to see if this guy assists. All right, no assists, so we're super safe out here. Thank you very much for the cheer, Pied. Good morning. Yeah, but I was going to say, like, Velius, while it was, like, one of the best expansions back in the day, is just a terrible expansion now. You know, terrible is a strong word, but it's one of the least fun expansions, I would say. It's very raid-focused, but the raids haven't reached a level of maturity where there's, like, a lot of mechanics that make them super interactive yet, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just a lot of tank and spank. And Mitigation of the Mighty really exacerbates the problem, so that, like, TOV raids take an exceptionally long amount of time. Mitigation of the Mighty basically turned Temple of Ishan into Vexthal. Except it's cooler to kill dragons than aliens. But like, I don't know how many more 4 AM Dozakar kills I have in me for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, now that I've gone through multiple times and I've played so many progression servers, my favorite expansions are Lucklin and Gates of Discord, and then for the deeper expansions, I really love Depths of Dark Hollow. Dude, I think on the next server, I'm just gonna assemble like 24 friends, and we're just gonna raid casually by ourselves. Dang, this guy's moving. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it, Bola. That's like, you know, doing like the huge guilds and stuff, it gets exhausting. I wonder what was causing that, Zeko. Yeah, like next time I play EQ, I'm gonna do like a guild, we'll call it like Skeleton Crew. And it's just gonna be like me and some buddies. I'm really suspicious of that snow orc, the one that's just sprinting around and didn't aggro me there. I wonder if that's like the cycled mob. Gonna get all kinds of cool Bane strikes out here. Journeyman's Boots? Yeah, if I can. The thing is, I've got to kill an Ancient Cyclops. But yeah, I want to get him. So I looked into the Armor of Roe quest a little bit more. Dang, there's that runner again. And I realized that even if I could kill all the Sand Giants I needed for the Sands of Roe, I can't do the Armor of Roe quests from Soulsec Roe. I don't know what Traveler's Boots are. I'll look them up after this. Oh, well that's fancy. Only 5,000 platinum? I don't know if he sells them in Classic, but if he does, I will certainly buy those. That's a good find, dude. They're clicky, 35% movement speed increase boots. Oh, there's a sprinter again. Let's try to get him. You've got to like stop moving for a whole second before you hit your cast, otherwise it'll auto interrupt. It sucks. Ah, that's a shame. That would have been awesome to buy. Oh, that's good to know, Noob Cake. Thanks. Jeez, where'd my target go? Why'd he run? He had a buddy. Hey, Eyes in the Dark. Thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for the follows, Eyes in the Dark and Gemma Games. So for those of you who are just tuning in, we are doing a solo, self-found hardcore run through Everquest. Which is to say that all my items must be crafted by me, quested by me, or looted from mobs that I have soloed myself. And I take default vendor stock only, so I can't buy things that other players have sold, dropped, or otherwise added unnaturally to a mob's loot table via charm. I don't accept buffs or ports, and if I die, we retire this character. It's going really good. We're level 23. We are trying to spawn Karg Ice Bear. Almost halfway there. Yep, if I die, we retire, and chat gets to pick a new class. Oh, there's my stonework. I forgot that we had that guy. He's still running from us. No, we usually play really high risk. We'll do a lot of like whites and yellows and stuff. The last few nights we've been camping items, which has made it kind of like more low-level mob focused. Just we're trying to gear up a little bit. But yeah, we go all in, high risk. We want it to be fun and enjoyable and intense. So right now the biggest threat to me in Everfrost is Martar. He's like a level 35 or 36 barbarian that can spawn on the same cycle that we're trying to farm right now. He is scowling and he would kill me in just a few seconds. He paths through this area when he does spawn, so like he could just come over a hill and suddenly we'll have a big problem on our hands. Right now, you know, we don't have track or anything, so the only thing we can do to farm this guy is basically hang tight in this area where supposedly his PHs come through and kill all the pathers. Yeah, I've got one for Karg. I don't have one for Martar. Hey, Pied, thanks again for the cheer. It actually helps us out a lot that there's some other people here killing stuff. Since my throughput is pretty slow. Well, my throughput is low because my kill speed is slow. The only things that we don't have to worry about are the woolly mammoths and the undead mobs. Yeah, if I die, it looks like we're going to be going Ranger based on chat. Which will be nice. It'll be nice having Spirit of Wolf. Hey Linz, thanks for the cheer, man. Appreciate the bits. Alright, we're actually getting a little too encumbered here. We need to get rid of some stuff. There's a nice vendor over here that we can sell to, which is pretty convenient. Hey, good morning, VGFX. How's it going, dude? Welcome back. $175 PHs on the 176th. We got the mob. So these mobs over here, they don't show up as vendors, but they are. And if you're ever working on tailoring, one of them sells Mandrake, which you can use to skill up your tailoring pretty high, all from vendor mats. Mandrake root. You just combine 2 of these in any tailoring kit, and it'll take you all the way up to like 70 or something, or 60, pretty high. Yeah, I think there is a way to solo Sir Lucan. So the reason why it's fundamentally possible to solo him at 50 is just because he doesn't summon. So since he doesn't summon, I could technically bow kite him around. I could engage, get low HP, step back, run around, bow kite him for a while I regen. And we could repeat that process as long as I stay with more DPS over time than his regeneration rate, which I should since we're in combat. It's totally doable. It's just how much time do you want to invest into one combat, and how long can you go without making a mistake. Yeah, it would be something crazy like 6 hours. Yeah, they do the auto coin exchange. It's pretty nice. I think on P99 you've got to buy something. I used to buy like a fine steel sword from one of the vendors and just sell it back when I needed to change coins on P99. Yeah, I've never tried to solo Lucan, but I think it's doable. If this character makes it to 50, we'll give it a shot. Yeah, that coin weight for that copper. So many times you'll be in a dungeon on P99 and you'll just delete all your copper. Even silver. Yeah, on live you could drop it on the ground for a while, but I think on P99 there was like server side issues with dropping too much plat on the ground or too much money on the ground, right? speaking of gems, we have to save up for those rubies as well. I checked out my Linuga faction, and I only need like 8 Troll Slayer kills to become dubious. Which means when we try to solo the Shin Lord, we're going to walk in with the Walking Sleep Hammer at the very least, if not an IV hoop. Yeah, Paladins can equip it, yep. Hey, Truffle Lord, thanks for the bits. Appreciate that. I'm kind of surprised to see so many people out here farming mammoths. It's good, it's a sign of a healthy server, I think. Not like 100 people packed in Guck every day. I do a lot of research, that's for sure. A lot of times I just hang out with my friends in Discord chat and I'll like stream to them while I'm messing around. Like yesterday I spent, you know, you guys can see I gained like a whopping 20% EXP between yesterday's stream and today's stream. And that was just from sitting in Western Corona camping werewolves. The werewolf pelt is actually pretty rare. I had to kill like maybe 10 werewolves. And you only get 1 or maybe 2 werewolves every hour and a half. So I try to do like the most tedious parts of this, you know, when I don't have an audience. At least this has a lot of active killing, you know? Well, they reinstated the ordinary queue thresholds yesterday, and there was like no zoning issues, no tel lag, everything was smooth, just like a normal server would be. But the queue reached a 1 hour timer. So it's basically like, you know, if they put the queue in, everyone complains that there's a big long queue. If they take the queue out or reduce the cap significantly, then everyone complains about performance issues. What are they gonna do? Investing in better technology for their servers might just be something that's financially not feasible for the company right now. Like a queue isn't really an infrastructure problem, it's just a popularity problem, which is not a problem. I have no idea. I don't think people really like buy servers now. I think you use like Amazon cloud hosting kind of stuff. But EQ's so old, they might actually do it the old school way. And for an idea of what we're seeing like up to 4,500 concurrent users. And remember that it's also populating many times more the number of NPCs because of pick zones. So like sometimes you'll walk into Upper Guck or Unrest and there's like 10 to 15 pick zones of those zones. Which that alone is almost adding like almost double the number of zones that actually exist in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if the number of zones in the game is actually double what it would normally be without pick zones. Which of course that has a server load, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I just I try to stay positive about it. There might be. Last night there was, but the problem is when you pick zone, it pops you. Let me show you. It tosses you all the way over by Hallis when you pick zone. It's like not even worth it. Like if you had to ask me, would I rather spend an hour, like would I have to sit in an hour-long queue before I play EQ each night? Or would I rather play on a server with only 100 people? I would choose the queue. Now I know like we shouldn't have to, that shouldn't be the choice that we have, you know what I mean? We should be able to play on a server that's super populated and we don't have a queue and all that. But you know, it's just not the reality, I suppose. Right, the queue is only an estimate, right? Like they reached the population cap, and it says like the average time for people in this queue to get through right now is this time. The one complaint I have that I think they should resolve with the queue is that if you get disconnected, you should basically bypass the queue. Like if you were online and you just crashed and you come back online within 10 minutes, it should just throw you right to the very front of the queue so that you are the next person in. As long as you were not kicked for AFK. Whoa, Pied. Holy crap, dude. Thank you so much. 20 tier 1 subs. Thanks, Pied. Now you are in first place. Thanks, Pied. That's truly amazing. Thank you so much. Now everybody is subscribed. Oh yeah, crack staff. It's the worst feeling when it's a worn great staff. Wait a second, it was a worn great staff. You can only be so lucky, I suppose. I dedicate like 100% of my my free time to either streaming or like preparing to stream, like doing research for the character and everything. But now that I'm about to be on this road trip, we're gonna take care of the emotes and all that jazz. Hey, Jinx Joker, thanks for the follow, man. I hope all the newly subscribed folks enjoyed their Ghoul Lord subscriber badge. I think our second month subscriber badge is a Spectre, and our third one is Goblin, Kunark style Goblin. Turnip Jin and Valk, thank you very much for the follows. I don't think I will. The sword is actually not as good as what I'm using. So his ratio is just ever so slightly better. I think he's an 1839, right? Or is it, he's like a 1940, something like that. I think it's a 1 point difference, but it doesn't have stamina or wisdom on it. Unless I'm crazy and I'm remembering the stats wrong. Yeah, 1839. Thanks again, Pied. That's truly crazy. And at 36, I'm going to try to solo the Shin Lord, so at that point we'll get a Ghoulbane. Or we'll be playing a new character right after, right if I die. So once we get the Ghoulbane, we'll probably stick strictly to Undead. We're really putting a dent in these Pathers. We're running out of things to kill that aren't woolly mammoths. So I was reading a EQ Forums post from Prathen talking about Card. People were wondering if Card was still in the game because they hadn't seen him in so long. And Prathen said he was, quote, very rare. I consider that a really bad sign for Prathen to say that he's very rare. Well, LOH Mass, on the plus side, you are one level away from becoming a god of Everquest, because at level 11 you get Charm, and then the training wheels are off. I would make sure you make some audio triggers, or Gina triggers if you don't use... so, Gina triggers are better. If you use Gina, make Gina triggers. If you don't use Gina, you should use Gina. But if you really are opposed to, you know, getting in the weeds and setting all that up, you should use audio triggers for when Mez and Charm break. That way you can react as quickly as possible. Sometimes your pet window has a little delay and your charm mob will be beating you up and it'll still say it's your pet. Yeah, Gina is a program which parses your log file and uses it to generate alerts. But it doesn't actually interact with the game. You know what I mean? It doesn't let you do anything in game. It just puts like a little UI element that will pop up and say like, hey, invisibility is fading or something like that. It's totally legit. It's used on every server and on P99. Grizzly, your best bet is actually probably to just get in a general chat somewhere and ask someone to share their Gina trigger package with you, because they can send you a tell, and by parsing that tell code in the log file, Gina will upload their entire trigger set. So I would reach out to an enchanter and be like, hey, can you shoot me your Gina setup? Or whatever, whatever class you're playing. Having done so many TLP guilds, we have like a huge raid one that we pass around. Right. Reported. What is that, chat? You see that? Spider under the ice? Wow, what a hacker. That's the pH, right? We saw a similar issue when we were going to get this harpoon in Ocean of Tears. We saw a Sea Fury just walking along the bottom of the ocean floor. Hey Bull, I'm camping Karg Ice Bear, trying to get him to spawn so I can turn in my werewolf hide and get that nice cloak. I hear he's pretty rare, but we did 20 hours of high pass nulls for a shield, so couldn't be worse than that, right? For people who weren't with us yesterday, to get the cracked Darkwood shield, we had to kill 175 placeholders for Vexfen Mucktail before he spawned. It's a 7-minute and 30-second respawn mob. You do the math. These leopards dropping these hides, I'm pretty sure I can use these for leather padding, ruined cat pelts, which will be really nice when I go to make fine plate. Yeah, Turnip. I think your math is correct, and then you also have to factor in that as a paladin, I don't kill super fast, so there's like, there's some minutes in there just with the kill time. Oh, sorry, robot. Let me give you permission here. There you go. Now you can post your link. Hey, we got the clip. Does that clip show my my reaction when I came around the corner and saw that he was up? I don't even know if I hit push to talk, but I think I yelled in real life. You know what it was? I had just shared the pictures of my 2 dogs, and we had that good corgi luck. He spawned instantly. There's the dogs again for some more good luck. Alright, Karg, I posted it. Let's spawn. I think that maybe the mobs that path north and south, like this way, are not PHs. But I'm not confident enough to spare them. We also killed 1,000 gnolls in the process of doing all that, which is how we got the Gnoll Slayer title and the Gnoll Slayer suffix. Ooh, that's new. Yo, I'm pretty sure that's actually the PH cycle right there, that Ice Goblin Whelp. We've only seen 1 bear cub and 1 whelp over here. I'm very, very confident. So that means like nothing alive right this moment is a PH. I wonder if that means that the PH will always come to this spot. Hey, Boosted. You know it. Look, I don't even have sleeves all the way down, man. My elbows must be freezing.
Don't play this shit in public. Someone might yell fire.
See, I don't know. Maybe I should just like wait here and kill every mob that comes to this spot. So Boosted, we're trying to spawn Karg Ice Bear so that we can turn in our quest items to get a werewolf skin cloak. Yeah, I believe the cloak is tradable, yeah. I believe it's called a werewolf skin cloak. It's got pretty good stats. Oh, that sucks. She's not super rare though, right? So you should get it pretty soon here. If the RNG gods smile upon you. I really like the sound effects for these mammoths. I might try to get a hero bracer. I'm not sure if... so it used to be really broken, but I think they fixed it, so it might be pretty doable now. Extra strength sure wouldn't hurt. I wonder if there's a chance that the Shin Lord cannot be slowed. I assume he's slowable though. And if he's slowable, we should be able to win. Midnight mallets are pretty cheap, so I assume I won't have to spend more than like 3 rubies trying to get a mallet. Have you done the hero bracer on here before, Keeps? On TLPs, that is? Pope, casters can bind themselves just about anywhere. The only exceptions are like very specific zones. Like you could even bind yourself like in Soul B right outside Nagafen's room. You could bind in Permafrost and Plane of Fear and Hate. The only one I'm thinking of in Classic that you can't bind at is Lower Guck for some reason. Okay, so you'll have to give me some tips on it when it's time. Can you click it from inventory, I believe, Chinchilla? Unless I can't click it from inventory, that would be crazy. Oh, we've got another Ice Goblin. Whew, man, you had me worried there for a minute, Chinchilla. I was like rethinking the whole strategy. Yeah, Pope, it's got about a 20-minute cooldown. And it is a really long cast time, so you can't usually like cast it to get out of combat or anything. Yeah, maybe I'll give all the gear away to some of the viewers. That'd be pretty cool. That's a good idea, Ixar. Hey J-Polk, it's going good. We are currently camping Karg Ice Bear, so we can turn in some quest items. Might get lucky, might not, we'll see. But at least it's a nice refreshing change of pace. You know, we spent so much time out in the Karanas, High Pass, Unrest, now we're in a nice frozen wasteland. Yeah, I got the werewolf skin yesterday. I've got the werewolf skin and the werewolf claw. So starting at 22, I was able to solo werewolves if I used lay on hands, and now at 23, I was able to solo werewolves without lay on hands. Right? That'd be cool, Cubes. Yeah, I like this zone too. This zone's really fun. Huh. This guy must have gotten beat up by a skeleton. See, I think even if we don't kill anything, eventually he'll just spawn on his own because there's so many NPCs that kill each other in this zone. Like the undead kill whatever they can attack. And then we've got Tundra Jack out there somewhere. He just rolls through whatever he encounters. Yeah, so Nils, I did, I think we ended the stream yesterday. I was at about 80%-ish. So I've only gained about 30% now. Some of that was bull elephants that I did in South Karana after the paw thing. And then a good portion of that was werewolves. Basically, like during the daytime, I would try to find like dark blues animals just out there that I could kill. And then as soon as it was getting close to night, I'd go sit at the Kanos Hills zone line in West Karana and wait for the werewolf to pop. The werewolf was giving me like almost 4% per kill because he's a few levels higher than me. I think it was like 2 to 4, somewhere in there. We got a pretty good chunk of platinum here, but we're going to lose a lot of it because this quest, the cloak requires this pelt plus 100 platinum, and then the gloves require this claw plus 75 platinum. Man, we're keeping like all the pathing mobs down. Whatever his pH is, we must be killing it. Oh, by the way, Rostiel, good morning. Hope that spider's not a pH. It's going the wrong direction. I don't think it is. Yeah, I could Z-axis taunt him up. We killed him a little bit earlier, I think. I'm just gonna hope. Yeah, I don't know why they don't have a higher level orc dungeon. I'm trying to think, like, the next orc camp that we get that's a higher level is, what, Rygor, all the way in Velius? The orcs are clearly, you know, an intelligent and warlike race, so it's kind of surprising that we didn't get a slightly higher level zone, at least on the tier of, like, Paw. Yeah, Kunark goblins were pretty cool. I really like the Kunark goblin models. Oh, you know what? This guy's standing in the same spot that we killed that goblin. He's literally standing on the goblin's corpse. So, I think maybe we got it. Maybe this is like, they all come right to this spot. What do you think, Keebs? Am I crazy? This orc shaman was literally stopped standing directly on top of this guy's corpse. And it was 9 minutes later I saw him there. I don't know if he spawned there or if he pathed there. Or was that 19 minutes? I don't know if this has a 30-minute corpse timer. Hey, what's up, Tamina? So Vexfin 175 was farming that mob, Vexfin Mucktail. It's crossed out because we completed it, and it took us 175 placeholders to get him to spawn. Had we known, we might not have started, but we got it in the end. Vexar is the goblin dungeon underneath Lake of Ilomen. Definitely Rogue. Yeah, no question. It's Rogue is the hardest class. Maybe not possible. It's only possible in like a theoretical, mathematical sense where you turn in a bunch of Quest EXP. But on TLP servers, Quest EXP is super nerfed. Like turning in null scalps in High Pass gave me 0.001% EXP for every 2 scalps. Which means that we were getting 0.0005% EXP for every scalp. Basically all Quest EXP is nerfed on TLP servers. Yeah, I tried to find a class that was a good balance of super challenging, but also enjoyable to watch. Yeah, these have a 30-minute respawn timer, or a 30-minute corpse timer, which means, oh hey, look at this. I really don't want to have to kill an even con woolly mammoth, to be totally honest with you. Yeah, Pope, you definitely can. That must be some other cycle then. Rip. Yeah, because we are under the assumption that woolly mammoths are not on the cycle at all. Oh shit, look at that dude. There's Martar. Yeah, he's scowling level 32. He will wreck our day. What if that guy was just wrong, though? I think we have to try that woolly mammoth. Oh yeah, double attack makes a huge difference. I'm sure dual wield is also equally important. Alright, so we've got 6 potions, 6 healing potions here. We should be okay. Yeah, Martar is a huge risk for us. The good thing is Martar will path all the way to the other side of the river, and if he runs into Tundra Jack will just kill him. I don't know if the big mammoths will assist each other. If they do, that's like super bad for us. Anyone out here have the mammoth info? Martar is like for a quest, for like a wizard quest for Temple of Soul Row, I think. You could do, like, he drops like a kilt kind of thing. Or he's for a kilt quest. Oh, that's not good. There's people over here hunting the mammoths, so maybe they'll just kill that one naturally anyway, just in case. I didn't get the Shiny Brass Idol or the WC cap. There's so many things I need to do. I want to get them, but yeah, I just didn't get around to it. The orcs were super dangerous. I had a critical lull fail when I was messing with the orcs, and I got like 10 orcs all at once. They're definitely a lot riskier than the moles are. Is it not? I know it's not rechargeable. That's why I figured I never really saw it. Let's go to our PH spot on the map and see if anything else is pathing over there. The Scepter of Rahotep you're talking about? It's probably one of the better ones you could snag, I suppose. I really don't know much about Lord Grimrot, unfortunately. I know you got a daytime alive one and a nighttime undead one. That's all I know. Well, I'm also under the impression, man, look at that right there, spawned right there. I'm under the impression that you just killed the putrid skeleton who stands in the middle of the undead, and that's the PH. Okay, they can spawn at any time. It probably doesn't matter. It's probably like either time. This guy's gonna stop right on that spot. Now he's pathing through. I think Truenair maybe killed that one that we saw earlier on that spot, because it hasn't pathed back in a while. Rip, our shield poofed. I have no idea where that spider just went. We gotta camp in a sec and relog to get the shield back. So Chinchilla, I stopped the shield bug for like a day and a half or 2 days by turning off auto loot. I think the bug is like it tries to put the shield in the first available slot, and if you're auto looting at the same time it tries to put the shield in that slot, you lose the shield. Turning off auto loot, like I had it set so that I would automatically loot in the advanced loot window, and it didn't happen to me for a day and a half or 2 days. And then I turned some of my auto loots back on, and it just happened now right when I killed a mob. Like, I assume the whole issue was that it was trying to place 2 items in the same slot at the same time, and that's kind of why it bugs out. Which means they could probably fix it just by making it so that when you bandolier your weapons, they always return to the same slots. So you could like preset them and it wouldn't be your first slot available that auto loot would take up. I've seen that monk run by a few times. I think he's a monk. I don't know what he could be camping out here. Hey, Leftlings, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. When I'm trying to catch a mob that's running away, I press down on my my movement keys really hard. You know, it's like a racing game. The harder you press the button, the faster your character runs. Yeah, that'd be cool, Vythe. Whoopa, thanks for the follow. I don't think so. Like, we'll probably get trained at some point. I'm really amazed that we haven't been trained already. And when we're trying to get some gear, we'll have some contested camps that we'll probably just lose because we're a pally. But other than that, I don't think so. I don't think we'll have too much issue. Like, there's always somewhere else I can go to EXP if something's too camped. So I think it's mostly a time investment. Time investment and, like, you know, just the risk of dying. Like, I want to go to Lower Guck at some point and do the undead there, but all of those proc root, you know what I mean? So there's a huge risk when I go there. Uh-oh, this guy's got 2 mammoths. Yeah, I don't think I can. I could definitely stack some MR. Gotta get rid of these bad boys. That -10 hitting me hard. Sometimes they just don't care. Dude, I got nuked like 10 times by a Grey Con mob in Permafrost this morning. 10 level difference? He doesn't care. Noob kick, I was mainland. How'd you like Okinawa? How long ago was that you were over there? Lately, it seems like there's been a lot of heat on the Okinawa guys. I hope you're right, Boosted. No, don't jinx me. Ooh, leftlings, that's awesome. Taking that dive back into EQ. Oh, okay, you only know it by reputation, though. Some bare bones advice. Do you have any idea of like what kind of class you might want to play? Like, do you usually play pure melee kind of thing? And maybe like, what is your favorite MMO? EQ is a relatively slow MMO pace. Like, you see the pace of me playing it. So if you're used to something fast-paced, you might want to play a very involved class like Enchanter or a Necromancer. They have a little bit more interaction. Hey, Max Jones, thanks for the follow. Oh man, you should get back in, man. There's never been a better time than right now. Thanks, Bada de Bone. Appreciate the follow, man. Aridun server is nice and fresh. Extremely populated. Maybe a little too populated, but yeah, it's super fresh, very fun. One of my big pieces of advice is that it's going to be really hard for you to judge a class in the first like 10 levels. All the classes feel a little vanilla when you first start because their abilities are pretty curtailed. But once you get to like 10, 20, that's when you really start to feel what it is to play that class. So I would caution you not to judge any given class too quickly, because it takes them a little bit of time to really get running and flesh themselves out. So if you want to go melee oriented, a good newbie friendly class is Monk. Very powerful, in fact the most powerful melee class for sure, DPS wise that is. They eventually get an ability called Feign Death, which allows them to get out of jail free, as we like to say. You can just pretend to be dead and the mobs will leave you alone. They are always valued in groups. No, not even close right now. Yeah, monks are way like it's not a close comparison. Monks are far above rogues right now, and they will remain at least somewhat above rogues for like the next several years on the server. Yeah, so monks are good because they don't have like a huge gear requirement. Good class to learn on. And then if you get bored with just like the punch and stuff kind of game, you can learn how to pull, which has a lot of depth. And learning how to pull will teach you a lot about EQ mechanics without you even realizing it. You'll learn about how the geometry works and how pathing works and how aggro works, all sorts of things that you'll just pick up automatically as you learn how to pull. Yeah, I think aggro mechanics are just about the same on TLP Nuvis as they are on P99. I mean, there's like some differences, but it's more or less the same. You know, low HP aggro trumps everything just about. You can use clicky items to generate additional threat. You taunt things. You use some good old-fashioned white damage, white text to get some aggro, and you have item procs and stuff. I'd say that taunt and things like that are a little bit more reliable here than they are on P99. The live server that is closest to original EQ is this one, Air. If you want like the real deal, as close as possible to playing 1999, P99, the emulated server, is your #1 place to go. P99 is EverQuest with all the bumps and bruises still on there. What are you thinking? You're enjoying the Pally? Yeah, booze is relatively cheap. I'm looking forward to that stun. Rangers are good on TLP servers, yeah, they're really good. They're like a little bit of a mix, you know, their DPS isn't terrible, probably on par or maybe even a little bit better than rogues. They can tank a little bit better than most classes, but not as good as like the knights and the warriors, but they hold aggro a lot better than a warrior. So Rangers are nice. Oh yeah, and there's no EXP penalties or bonuses. All the racial penalties and bonuses and class penalties and bonuses got removed. So Halfling is the same as an Ogre. Archery is a thing, yeah, but it sucks as much as you remember in Classic. It becomes a much bigger thing in like Luckland with AAs. In Luckland and Plains of Power, Rangers start to open up a lot. Big Ghastly, what's going on, dude? Welcome back. Yeah, they can. What is that? Someone training? Or did like a weird pathing just pull Iceberg over here? Headshot's big, that's a little bit later. You're probably thinking of True Shot. That's like the big DPS boost for Ranger range DPS. Headshot's kind of minor at first. Like, basically you can like instantly kill trivial mobs when they're low on health, but with a ton of ranks in that at higher levels, you get to where you can kill mobs that give EXP and you can kill them relatively quickly. There was a time when Rangers were like the best EXP class in the game on live because of that. I'm not sure if that's still the case. They usually nerf those super meta flavor of the month builds on live after a couple cycles. Yeah, that's probably, if it was during Plains of Power, like on one of the TLPs, they're probably using True Shot. When a Ranger pops True Shot, they can compete with monks in DPS or even surpass them for a fight. Yeah, so Krychek just said that Headshot sucks now. That's how it goes. They nerfed like swarming on SKs, they nerfed beam kiting on mages, they nerfed dirge on bards. Everyone gets their time in the sun, and then they get put back in the freezer. They're really not all that bad, Nuvis. I play every day. I only had queues yesterday. Yesterday I disconnected twice, and each time I had to get in a queue. That's like during prime time. It seems like queues are mostly in effect between like 4 p.m. and midnight Eastern time, aka prime time. But they start out really short, like 15-20 minutes, and they seem to cap out around 70 minutes. Or that's my experience yesterday, at least. So I would say the queues are already calming down somewhat. On June 17th, the bonus EXP will end, and that will calm the queue down even further. Can this guy die? He's really holding on to this last percent. Oh, that's a rough one, Pope. 8 is like the peak of prime time though, so I can see it. It's when the Pacific and the Eastern players all converge. Right, yeah. That is a long run. Our boy Karg is holding out on us. Had to update my Karg camp timer. Didn't want people thinking we were only here for 3 hours now. We're just about to hit 6 between last night and this morning. Toxic, I don't think we do. Yeah, I think it's just like the melee DPS focused classes that got the AA kind of innate buff. You're talking about like innate duelist, innate inner flame. I'm not sure we can say definitively right now which one is the next best after Monk, because like the people who are really die hard about putting out as much DPS as possible play monks. So the guys who really are pushing the envelope, you know what I mean, aren't playing those other classes. And then when you look at the parse, most people honestly just look at the top 10 on the parse, and usually you don't see other melee besides monk on there. Like you'll see other casters. Mages and necros, even wizards can parse on like Vox and some of the other raids. Oh, that'll be nice. Something to look forward to at 40. I'm not sure if there is, Nils. If you get one, you'll see it. It'll pop up in your window when you level up. It'll be like, you've been granted innate XX. Oh yeah, I think it's feasible on literally every class except for Rogue. And probably Warrior. Like maybe a Troll Warrior could do it if they played very cautiously. It's just a matter of time and not making mistakes long enough, you know what I mean? Oh, no, it doesn't literally pop nils. So what it does is innate inner flame, for instance, just increases your like max damage, your attack stat probably. I don't know the exact mechanics, but it's a DPS increase that's passive. And it is very much not like literally popping inner flame in terms of the amount of increase you see. I don't want you to hear like, oh man, inner flame and duelist, and like think that, you know, it's like a crazy jump. It's a modest jump that they get every couple levels, but all together they end up being really high DPS. Yeah. Innate Holy Blade. Awesome. Thank you for finding that. Looking forward to that nice 10% boost. Oh yeah, rogues will gear out way faster than monks. I mean, you know, TLP, especially in Classic, you're going to gear out fast no matter what, since so much of it is group content gear anyway. But all throughout the life cycle of this server, if you play a rogue, you will gear up more quickly and more cheaply in terms of DKP price than your equivalent monk brethren. Here's the thing though, somebody's got to loot that monk or that rogue loot, you know what I mean? So you want to have at least one or two, because it sucks to see it rot. No, it wouldn't ruin the run. Small things like that you just have to accept. That people could just do it, you know what I mean? But I would just click the buff off, or better yet, what I usually do is you can have a blocked buff list. You see, all these buffs are blocked. So I already have like Shield of Spikes, Shield of Thorns, Shield of Barbs, Shield of Fire. They're all blocked on my buffs. So if someone tries to cast them on me, I can't even receive that buff anyway. I think it's a combination of both mechanics and itemization. It's not that rogues are bad, it's that monks are overpowered. You can set up tab target. You can make tabs cycle through nearest targets. It's in your options menu. Dang, dude, we have like a fleet of mobs coming over all of a sudden. There's 2 orcs running right there. A few mammoths. Oh, it's a Tainted Mammoth. The Tainted Mammoth poses some risk to us. I think it's indifferent, but when you kill it, it spawns a Corrupted, which will be Scowling. Yeah, I mean, I've seen rogues make parses once they get epic. I've seen rogues make top 10 in TOV raids and stuff too. I think it's a misnomer that rogues are really that bad. Rogues aren't bad. Monks are just too good. I mean, Bare Fist is not the best raid weapon for monk, even in classic. Yeah, Sky Fists are better from Sister Island. I think you'll even use White and Trim Fists until you get the Sister Fist, the Wu's Tranquil Fists. And you can use that all the way up. Like, even after you get your Epic, you can continue using that when you're fighting in raids, because of Mitigation of the Mighty does not mitigate damage bonus, something like that. So bare hands have no damage bonus, even with Epic, which makes them subpar for raid content, whereas having a weapon in your hand, even if the ratio might be somewhat worse, is generally seen as an improvement. Now, the way to test this, if someone wants to confirm or prove me wrong, would be to go to test server, pull out a dummy. I think you can get dummies with Mitigation of the Mighty now, and just go ahead and parse it for 24 hours with no buffs on both mobs, or on both setups. That said, I'll forewarn you that, you know, we've done it a few times. I don't have the results anymore, but there's usually some monk in every guild who's like really wants to figure it out, you know what I mean, and they'll go do all the science. Yeah, you never really need a weapon in your offhand until, even in Velius, the best in slot weapons in Velius are kind of just like on par with Fist and offhand, since offhand Fist doesn't get a damage bonus regardless. I think maybe the best thing is that you could like throw an AUG in the offhand one and get some procs. Hey, I want the Cloak. My Deepwater Harpoon is already basically as good as the Zui, plus he would just smoke me if I engaged him. I've got my Werewolf pelts here, and I've got my Werewolf claws, and since I've been here, I happen to pick up 2 polar bear skins. Hey, good morning, Jaspers. Dude, they do have the icons on them. The icon is the word bash. Bobby, what am I doing wrong? I know you know this. You played a rogue. You need Kark for your Epic, right? Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Hadouken. Appreciate it. But you wouldn't skip part of your Epic. I'm using some guide from Allah that says to kill everything in the V between the rivers, basically. But, you know, 6 hours hasn't proven effective, so maybe I should go to Perma. We've seen Martar Ice Bear, and we've seen what we believe are confirmed PHs. Like we've seen the cub that spawns out here randomly and the whelp. Yeah, I was hoping that hit map would be a little bit smaller. You streaming tonight, Bobby? Nice. I probably have like another hour. After that, I'm going on a trip and I'll be gone all weekend. So no streams after today. Hey, Low Res, thanks for the follow. So we've seen the PH stand on this spot multiple times. We think this might be a good spot. But then like this Mammoth also does it. And my understanding is Mammoth is not part of the PH cycle. So really we don't know what we're doing. Like inside the V or outside the V? Okay, gotcha. Over here. Yeah, I understand this to be like his furthest point in that direction. And so in theory, by standing in the V, I should catch him during his pathing cycle. What I read was basically like he spawns somewhere by Perma, like a little south of Perma, and then paths through here and goes there and cycles back. Hey Doc Sauce, that came with my UI. If you do exclamation mark UI, it has a link to my UI in the chat. But yeah, I wonder if I could just like be lazy and kill everything that comes to this spot. Well, of course I could do it. I wonder if that would work. You inspired me, Frank. So Frank, this is an SSF like Permadeath run. I wanted to intentionally pick a class where it would be kind of challenging. but not brain dead boring to watch like a Rogue. I shouldn't say brain dead. It could be fun, but I think this was a little bit more interactive to play and to view than a Rogue or like a Warrior pure melee would be. Oh, right. Yeah, I've mostly been streaming pretty early in the day. Bobby told me you were his inspiration for playing Paladin as well. So whatever you're doing is working. Working the opposite of how you intended. Bobby, I almost got killed by Grey Khan healer in Permafrost this morning. I was out here and I was like tired of camping him, and I said, you know what, let's try to EXP in Permafrost. And I will not make that mistake again. No, he just almost beat me. He came with a light blue goblin, and the whole time I was fighting him, he just spammed fur over and over again, and I never resisted it even once, despite a 10 level difference. And then with my elite Pally DPS, I actually was unable to bridge the gap on his light healing spam once he got below 50, even though I could interrupt every other one with Bash. Oh, don't worry about Shinlord, Bobby. We got that. I'm gonna get my Walking Sleep Hammer. I already checked it out. I only need to kill 8 Troll Slayers or Slayer Captains in order to be able to turn rubies into Linuga. I could summon a Halo of Light, which I think is at least Infravision, but my Conjuration skill is terrible. Bobby, I don't know if you saw this thing. We got it yesterday. I don't know if you were there for that. So Frank, I camped this knoll in High Pass to get this shield. He spawned on the 176th spawn. Pretty much did like 18 to 22 in that time though. My played is 4 days, 21 hours, almost 5 days played. And we got our Kill 1000 Gnolls achievement, which gave us the good old Gnoll Slayer titles. Dude, that's what I did a ton of those little quests in the beginning. Like I did the Shining Star of Light, the Shield of Knife. I did a quest to get these +2 strength rings. I camped this little imp in the Gorge of King's Orb. Been doing all kinds of stuff. But I think it's fun because it makes me not pay attention to the terrible EXP rates you get when you're solo. So if you guys are just tuning in or you haven't checked it out before and you're still leveling up on Aerodune, I just threw the link for the Aerodune Zone Experience modifier list in the chat. Feel free to check it out and use it to plot your leveling routes. I did pick up that Purity Belt. I think I got it at level 8 when I was doing the Regurgitonic quest. Oh, Bobby, I finished the Bone Thunder Staff. Now it sits in my bank. What's up, Daspout? You know what's funny? The quest is still bugged. When you do the final turn-in, you get a bunch of negative faction hits with all of the Paladin and Cleric guilds, and you get a positive faction hit with the Blood Sabers. I don't think I can kill a Sand Giant, dude. Otherwise I would do the Silent Watch Shield quest. I realized last night that I literally am not allowed to do the Armor of Ro with my current rule set because I need enchanted platinum bars and I cannot enchant platinum. Hey. Gotta love when Berserker Strength procs during that 1 second that you are bandoliering your shield in. Do you feel guilty killing the female NPCs, Nils? It's a slippery slope, Jinx, because then I could just buy like all the JC mats for jewelry and stuff and have someone enchant them, and next thing you know, I'm rocking 55 HP rings. Boosted, yes, that is the current Zem list as it exists on TLPs. Catch Keep, 80%. Catch Keep, 4 mobs per floor that you have to swim between. I would need to get half a yellow every kill on Catch Keep to go grind there. I need the stream to come here and just raid this zone, kill all the trash mobs to increase the spawn rates here. Right? Hey, it's not my fault if 100 people come to Everfrost and just farm Greys. I'm still not grouped. That'd be funny. Alas, I would not be able to loot them. He'll give you a polar bear skin cloak as well. I figured while I have him up, if he ever spawns, I'll just do all 3 quests that he has. And polar bear cub is one of his PHs. We happen to see it, and he dropped 1. That's why we have 2. No, it's way worse. You guys are thinking of a different, you guys are thinking of a different cloak, I think. Like, the one he drops is closer than the one that you quest from the polar bear skins. I don't know what it is boosted, but it sucks, whatever it is. Yeah, the one he drops is pretty good. It's that struggle.
Let's try something else.
Hey Artex, thanks for the follow. Oh geez, look, you can see some bad killed the mammoth, so now we have the corrupted up, which scowls at us. Just sitting right in the middle of the pathing cycle. Hopefully they will kill that too and not just sit there and look at it. hide some of this carnage that's out here from all this killing. I don't think it does anymore, Ghastly. I've been casting it, I've got logs on, and it doesn't mess me up. But you know, someone used it during Depths of Dark Hollow launch on Cello during like a DPS race. They said it in guild chat, lagging our entire guild out. So it worked at least 6 months ago or 8 months ago. Do you remember that, Frank? When someone did that while we were camping that dude for the... I don't remember his name. I probably had like a heart rate spike at that moment. Yeah, he kicked him, but I think they added them back. Somehow it was a mistake born of idiocy, not maliciousness. Seeger confirmed knows that there are no new recruits on Cello. Oof, J-Boot's gonna be like pretty high. Ancient Cyclops is probably a huge undercon. It's gonna have like a bucket load of HP. Is he? Perhaps we'll do it at level 25. No, just kidding. Probably do it. Maybe if the South Row Ancient Cyclops is weak, then maybe we'll snack some J-Boots before we go do the Ghoulbane. Dude, this really messes up my my PH killing, man. They just left it there. It's probably gonna take like an hour to despawn, or at least 20 minutes. Frank, what is an Afroism? Sounds inappropriate given the current year. I just assumed that the South Row Ancient Cyclops was the same, was identical. I guess it kind of makes sense. Like the werewolves in South Karana and West Karana are way different strength. Good luck, Boosted. What's up, Taryn? Like 1999 release? No, I didn't. I played during Classic. I'm not sure how many months after release it was, though. I just know it wasn't like super fresh. I mostly just bumbled around in newbie yards and lost my corpse. Nameless? Nice, Ixar. I can't say that I do. I remember having a buddy named Bashenin and a friend named Clizoud. That's like all I remember from the Nameless days. I was in some terrible guild called like the Divine Light of Darkness. It was formed in High Keep, and we spam invited everybody who zoned into High Keep. I'm pretty sure Clizoud was a ranger, which shouldn't come as a shock because rangers always did that kind of name thing. Rangers always had like some derivative knockoff name, like Legolas, because all the Legolases with fewer Lees than that were taken already by other rangers. Right? Yeah, Naruto. I think like pretty much all of live servers are dead. One or two hit high pop, only because the threshold for high pop is very low. Dude, if I make the ranger, I'm gonna do that now. Too bad there will be no ranger, because we're going right to 50. When I get 49, I'm going to turn in my PvP book and just challenge all you guys to try to come take that 50 away from me before I get it. There's always one orc that doesn't walk, he sprints around. Seems super suspicious to me. Maybe it's a PH. No, I understand that he's got Spirit of Wolf, but the other ones, even with Spirit of Wolf, just like walk. Look, and he's really close to what we believe is the spawn area for our boy. I think this is the one. What was his Ice Giant strat? Didn't he have like 40 mages? I figured this strat was just pet attack. Yeah, dude, Paul, true box, man. Definitely. He's just dedicated. He sleeps between Ice Giant spawns. You get about 5 minutes between each one. Feels way more dangerous being over here than it did in that little V. Like my odds of dying have gone up 30% just by crossing the river. Frank, do you guys beat VOA yet, or are you still working on it? How's your Alaran reading skill? Or language skill? Nice. So you guys are bottlenecked right now, right? There's not much more you can do. Dude, right? I mean, we got the stuff, man, and the cloak is good. We have to get it. We are contractually obligated to make this happen. Even if we have to come back next week after my trip. You wouldn't want to miss this very exciting snow leopard farm. Who knows what's going to happen next? Did you guys already do TBS, or is that after VOA? It's after, right? Yeah, the Buried Sea. Wait, is there a Buried Sea and a Darkened Sea? Have you done both of the sea expansions? Oh, okay. And you guys won't catch up with Finnegal until right at the end, right? You'll pass them like 1 or 2 months before you guys hit live. It's an exciting time to be on Cello. Only 8 months left, right? Will be very nice. Nice. Much more convenient timing. I wonder, those guys might actually just raid it on the 30th. I don't think Dima cares. Hey, Snoogadoosh, thanks for following. Still no Karg. Someone spawned the corrupted mammoth in the middle of the V that we were farming, so we had to evacuate, come over to the other side. So if there's one more expansion, they'll hit it 3 months or 2 months before Finny, right? No, 3 months or 4 months before Finny? Ixar, the main reason is just that this stream right now with just the Pally is 100% of my free time. The rest of the time I'm like, you know, doing chores, taking care of family stuff, or doing some work from home. Yeah, Strike of Opportunity is my AUG. Hey, Mr. GTX, what's going on, dude? I'll show you. This is the Strike of Opportunity. It's a Strike of Necessity. There we go. Now, Strike of Opportunity is probably from this one. Yeah, there we go. Wolfenite Gem. So what I'm doing is when I'm fighting mobs, I am watching my bash timer. And when bash is up, I bandolier. This is my bandolier macro. So I'll quickly swap to a shield in sword. I'll bash, and then I swap back to my two-hander. That way I can continue bashing while I'm using my two-hander. Every now and then, I'll cycle through an attack animation with my one-hander while I'm doing that, and I can proc the Wolfenite Gem, Strike of Opportunity. And sometimes I get that Berserker Strength buff from the PGT proc. I don't know if it'd be any fun for people to watch me do like non-SSF, you know what I mean? Then I'm just like a normal person grinding around. Kind of boring. I don't know about all that. I appreciate that you think so, though. So I've got about 20 minutes left before I have to take a break on this camp for the weekend. Yeah, I might do a duo SF, a DSF run. Yeah, that'd be cool. You know what? We could do like a static group showcase and make a little 6-man power group and just push non-twinked, but just go like super fast 1 through 50 or something. Dang, this guy just ran out of the walls. Right, and so as soon as Cello beat that, they would technically be live. Or I guess you could just call it live the moment they reach that. Frank, you think there's any expansions you guys won't be able to beat in Era because of bottlenecks combined with 1 month unlocks? Okay. Well, I mean, if that's the case, it should be pretty easy peasy after this. There's a lot of orcs up. We just killed 2. There's 2 more pathing across. One day Cello's gonna reach live, and the devs are gonna be like, "Oh shit, one of the servers hit live. What are we gonna do with that?" And be like, "Well, I guess we could merge it." And be like, "No way, man. The server merge code sucks." I'd be like, "Well, I don't know. I guess it'll just stay that way." I don't even want to walk over there and fight that next to that orc. Oh, there's a barbarian, boys. Oh, it's the dumb one. So close. Half lockouts is more of a curse than a blessing. Frank, how many raid ticks have you guys had since launch? Launch of Cello. Big Arc will get that data quick. Can you go back all the way to pop? Okay, so chat, get this. In basically 1 year, Cello has had 1,244 raid ticks. They do a tick every hour that they are actively raiding. 1,244 hours raiding in a year. Half lockouts isn't a bonus, it's a job. It's funny because when they were talking about the server rules, you know, they were giving the preview back in the day. They're like, yeah, we're gonna do a 20th anniversary server. There's gonna be a casual server and there's gonna be a hardcore server. And we talked about it. We're like, dude, I guarantee you the hardcore server is actually gonna be the tedious server. Everything's just gonna be slow and dumb. It's like the inconvenient server is what they interpret to be hardcore, and the casual server is gonna be the most hardcore server of all time. It would be so much better if it was normal lockouts, double loot, to accommodate for the truncated timelines. you would still have less gear than normal guilds too, in most expansions. Hey Shale, what's up, dude? Welcome to the chat. Well, you know what, dude? Now is a perfect time to get back into EQ. Eridoon just launched, not even, what, maybe like 2 weeks ago? Fresh server, limited to Classic for right now. It's a great time to get back into the community. Feed that nostalgia. Whoa. Ramos, I think you overestimate how many of those ticks Big Zaide was present for. No, it wouldn't help with the bottlenecks, though it would also be really awesome if they doubled the flags and stuff too. I think Frank has like 99 or 100% raid attendance for those 1,000+ ticks. I heard they did a really great job with Underfoot, fixing the loot and the flagging to be more reasonable. Well, hey Frank, I remember you had to miss that one tick in DODH because of Halloween. So it's not all Gates of Discord. We got about 9 minutes left, guys. Dude, why am I dying? Why is this green con killing me? Paladin life. Was Astral the person doing the bat phones? Because that would explain it. I've only had one shield poof in the last 2.5 or 3 days. I think we figured it out. It's like if we're automatically looting with the advanced loot system at the same time that we're bandoliering, it'll overwrite the shield and you have to camp to fix it. Hey Zertol, I stopped a couple weeks into POR. Yeah, I would assume you guys just go to normal server the moment you hit current expansion. I can jump right back in. What's the same treatment they gave to Star Wars? They ruined the combat system, so everyone quit, and then they shut it down.
Good.
You know what's funny? Ever since Airdoon launched, they just gave up on moderating the forums. I think there's too much. Can't believe we haven't got anything yet. Seven hours of Karg. Right, yeah, I got the bad one twice. I wonder if it's just like RNG or if Martar is more common than Karg. Oof. So we're only like not even that close. Speaking of that, there's Martar again. His corpse. I guess somebody just killed him. So we've seen 3 Martars now. Do you have any advice for Karg? Or did you ever see Karg during the camps? Oh, you'll get it, Joel. Where were you farming Martar at? Same place I'm in? I could just go like do normal hunting things and put it in general chat like every 5 minutes. Hey, if you're in Everfrost and you see card, please send me a tell. Gotcha. So yeah, you're using the same like PH list that I'm using then from that Zam post. Well, it's good to know that it didn't work for you, Rip, and you had Bard speed. Yeah, man, maybe. It just sucks knowing that I have like a pretty good item waiting to be turned in. All right, folks, it's noon my time. We've been streaming for 3 hours and 45 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna be on a bit of a break. Gonna be on a trip for the next couple days, so I will see you guys again Monday. If you enjoyed the stream, please feel free to follow, and I hope you can come back in a couple days. Time to raid Bobby.